It's Sunday afternoon. We got a break in the weather. The water's still out. We're gonna go down and check on the river, Heidi and I. And everybody's been fed. And we did that early this morning. A lot of rain. Looks like about 4 inches in my gauge today. My gauge only holds 5 inches. And the other day it's run over. And Curtis knew come over Friday night. They said, well, he got almost 8 inches in his gauge. So we're gonna go and just check the river. A lot of standing water. I don't know how much more rain we're supposed to get. It don't show a whole lot on the radar right now. But I guess it show back up. Right, Daddy? You gotta get your big butt over, baby. You cannot just get up here and squeeze Pawpaw off. Okay. I know you're. Hey, baby. Hi, baby girl. She's been fed. I'm gonna come back in a little bit and give her hay and let her out for a little while when it's not raining. She can have her water and stuff. And at bedtime, I'll put her back in there. I moved Ivan away from this fence right there where he was standing beside her because it was raining and he just stood there by her. And so I didn't want her to accidentally have a calf out here in this stuff. So I locked her up and fed her. And I took him over and closed that metal gate on to put him on the other side of that stall and fed him. So he'll have shelter when it starts raining. I don't want him standing out here in the rain. Hang on, I gotta get the gate, okay? Oh, now look at Sophie. Sophie's. These other goats wouldn't cross that water yard. Sophie will. Oh, Sophie. She tough as boot leather. They might this time be I'm going out. I fed them this morning there and even give them some hay over the fence. And it's went down here a lot. It was up to here earlier. So it's gone down a lot here. Gates open, the cows, if you see, they can come out and got water. They went back in, they're laid up over in that corner. So I think just to be safe, we're going to go ahead and close this gate back up because I don't want them going back toward the river and getting. Look at them down there. Pokey don't mind. Let's see which one tries it. Who's going to try it? Who's gonna try it? Johnny says, I'm not gonna try it, Pawpaw. We're gonna go back out and close this gate. I don't want them coming out of here. I don't want these guys coming out either. They're all in here. Let's go down and check on them. In here, some are on the outside of the fence, so we're going to leave that gate open for a while till they all come around. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. Job, boat. Down here at the river. It'll take a lot of water to come across this field. And I've seen it done many times, but I don't think we've got the water today to cause a lot of flooding. down next to the road where less of the sanctuary is, they catch a lot more water down there first, more than we would. See it's coming through here. I can tell it's dropped any. I came in here early this morning. It's still flowing. It's flowing good too. Yeah. And I can see all the way across there the river. So the river's up to it's up to it, but it's all still flowing together. This is not river water here. This is rainwater. This is rainwater coming out of that subdivision. Now the thing is, there's 3 of these like this coming out of that subdivision. So you see there's lots of water dropped out there. It's got to run somewhere, and it all comes to the river. And now that they have those big drainage ditches, it comes fast. In older days, it would take several days for all that water to run out of those woods, because it had little creeks and little tributaries, I guess you call them, that water would flow over to and just slowly work its way out of the woods. Nowadays, it comes fast. It goes fast. Let's go down and look at the river. Completely full, but the water is still running to the river. So the river hasn't crested. It has not crested. Once it comes to a full peak, as you can see, the water's still running down. It's going out. This is rainwater running out to the river. You see it here. That's rainwater coming down from here through these woods and going to the river. When it starts the other way, then we know the river's coming out of banks. And this will be the first place it floods. Here's where it's going into the river. There's the river right there. You see the river's all out through those woods. And this is where it's going into the river at. This particular creek, like I say, there's 3 creeks coming out of that subdivision. The other 2, well, there's one below us and one above us. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, the ducks love this weather. Ducks love this weather, Heidi. Wet down here, I'll tell you that. I see Jake's been mud hogging. Jake's been mud hogging down through that. The river through there. It's muddy because it's water coming out of the subdivisions. All that construction out there makes all the runoff muddy. What you think, Hut? As long as we don't get stranded down there, Papa, we okay. Nothing in his trap. Make sure nothing in that trap. I was want something to get caught up in there and drown. I'd have to let it out. Lake Houston has got more room for it to go. And Lake Houston gets full, it'll start backing up. Hopefully, they'll have the gates open in Lake Houston and let some of it out as fast as it comes down. And I think they normally do when there's lots of rain in the forecast and they get big rains. I think they kind of open the gates up so it doesn't back up too far, too bad. This is called the East Fork of the San Jacinto. The West Fork of the San Jacinto, they meet together right before they go into Lake Houston. They're at Humble, about where they run together. Well, the West Fork comes by Humble, and they run together right there in Lake Houston. Right as they come together. And so you got to worry about flooding off the West Fork also. Not just this river. You got two rivers to deal with. We'll come back out before dark with some cubes and get all those cows and everything inside that pasture. I don't want them out at all. Followed me to the woods. Come on, Sophie! She loves her pawpaw too, Heidi. You can't say she don't. Heidi says, dumb goat, pawpaw. Don't call him a dumb goat, Heidi. She followed her pawpaw to check their water. And now she's coming home. Come on, Soph, you can't do this, baby. You can't get around the water. Come on, I'll get y'all some treats. I've got them all in here eating cubes. They've got the roll of hay in here, they got water. But Miley's taking her time about coming back in here. Oh, she's just like Jake, taking her time. Come on, Miley. And I fed the goats up there at the top of the hill. Couple of cows went up over them. Just fed Ivan. I'm fixing to go feed Miracle and let her out for some water. Well, it's about time. She's finally decided to come on down here, Heidi. I just want sick of it. Let's go. Okay, my plan is I'll keep them in this little patch. They got hay. They've got cubes. Yeah, it's about time. Zip. They can get water right there. It's creek water. It's clean, so they can drink right there. If the river comes up high, starts backing up through these low places here, it backs into here. If I need to, I'll call them across that water yonder, across that little crossing. And if I have to, I'll let them in on that hay at the top of the barn up there. They'll mess up a lot of hay, but at least I'll get them up away from the river. And once it surrounds this hill, I can let them back out on that area where that rock is and feed square bells or something. But I can take them through a gate right up there, and they'll cross that water, even if it's waist deep. I can call them across it. They can't get trapped. What I'm saying, they're not going to be able to get trapped. If they went back in the back along that river somewhere, though, and that river cut them off, they could be trapped. And then depending on how deep it got, then you'd have a tragedy with them. You know, it'd be bad. And same way with the goats. Goats for sure. But anyway, they're all up here. They're all where I can get to them. My house is right there, and come right out through the goat pen. Open that gate and call them in, and they'll come up there. And I can also put them on this hill out here if I need to. They're not going to cross back across. you know, that deep water to go back out here. Unless the water stayed up a few days and this field stayed clear, they would come back out here on the field. But they're not going to cross deep water to go back on them back ridges. The problem there is just getting trapped behind the river. So we're in good shape. Hoping this water will just hold off. It's supposed to be several days of rain, but I think today was the worst. I hope, Patty. And this is something we've dealt with. This is something we've dealt with all my life, and it's worse now. I admit it's worse than the subdivisions out there because the water comes so fast. It used to take days for it to work its way out of those woods, and in the process of taking days, the river had time to keep running down some. So what we're just going to do, Heidi, is we'll watch it. I think Dan's here, Jake's here, so there'll be plenty of people to kind of watch it. And like I say, I got a plan, I have a plan. I have a plan, Heidi. We got a plan, Heidi, you and me, right? We're gonna be okay, folks. All right, we're gonna share with Moki, okay? You don't mind sharing with Moki? I took the halter off though when it was raining. Give him a little bit of freedom. I'll put it back on him when he comes back out. Are you birds watching over them? Gotta take care of them. That's those four we hatched off the last time. They stick together, those four. They actually hang out with the birds, with the chickens, and the goats, and Ivan. Pretty neat birds. Rowan will share that post with a guinea. Rowan don't care. He don't care. What's the problem? You got a nice dry place. I'm gonna open the gate and get out and get water, okay? I am. I promise you. Move his feed trough here. I'll bring you some hay in a little while, okay? I'll bring you some hay. I will. I will. I will, okay? Okay. You gotta move back. I'm gonna come over and open that gate for you, kid. Okay. I came and opened her door up and she can go out and get water, and I'll bring her some square hay in here and her feed for the night here in a few minutes. And when she comes in for the night, I'll close that back up. Why you want to be rough on Pawpaw? Why you want to be that? Boy, you Pawpaw. I love you, baby. I was a little bit upset you're in his house, and he's not, but it's okay. You cannot push me out of here. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Let's go. Y'all see what I see? Watch. Starting to rain. There she goes. You better hurry up, little girl. Coming to visit Gigi. I know it. She came to visit. Y'all leave her alone.